Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today. Amber is in Houston, Texas. Hi, Amber. How are you?
Oh, Uncle Dave, I have a bit of a heartbreak. I'm calling for your advice regarding my father's finances, please.
Okay. What's going on?
He has 3 different credit cards in the total of $26,000.
Mm-hmm.
He's fallen for every scam. He's 81 years old. He's made every Nigerian prince rich at this point.
Wow.
We're intervening in his finances. So his bills, we can help with his bills. We can help with, he's got his mortgage covered with Social Security. Bills are $2,300 approximately. He brings in $2,091. The total credit card outstanding amount is $26,000. And we don't know at this point whether he should declare bankruptcy or we should let those credit cards go into default and try to negotiate with the collectors. I'm just not sure how to help with those things.
I'm guessing he has no money.
He has no money. He brings in $1926 in Social Security.
Yeah. What's the house worth?
A lot. We're trying to keep it.
What's the house worth?
Sell it. $550 probably.
Okay. And what's the owe on it?
$340.
Okay. All right. Is he in Texas?
No, Oregon.
Okay. Okay. Well, I am not, I happen to know Texas law because it's unusual. I don't know Oregon's law, but I suspect it's a fairly normal state, which would mean that they eventually could take a lien against his house if they sue him.
Mm.
Okay? If you don't pay him and they sue him, they take a lien against his house. He has no money to pay them. There's no money in this budget.
Right.
And he has no money. Does he have a car?
Right. Not one that's worth anything, no. He has a vehicle, but my brother gave it to him. It's on its last legs.
Like $1,000 or something?
Yes, under 3, yes.
Okay. All right. And you have siblings?
Yes.
Okay. How are the siblings as far as money? Do you have any? Do they have any? Can we get a group together and chip in and come up with $10,000 and settle $26,000 worth of bad credit card debt?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let it go bad. Let it go bad and then go settle it before they take it, before they take a lien on his house.
So go bad, don't pay the minimum.
He don't have money to pay the minimum. With the numbers you gave me, he can barely pay the house payment and eat.
Right. He's been working physically as 81 trying to make the payments.
Yeah.
So he's been bringing in a little bit to cover, but we've been making up the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so let it go to collections and then just fight it out with the
settle it out. Settle it out for a quarter on the dollar for cash. Destroy his credit so he can't get any more in the process.
Yeah.
That's what that does.
Is he living alone?
He is right now. We plan on moving there in 3 years. But so I've taken over his finances. We've cut up credit cards. He had every spyware on his computer, so we're trying to get rid of that.
Well, what's his mortgage payment? Because my worry is his expenses keep going up. He makes the same amount of money. You guys are chipping in for the next 10, 20 years to try to support his lifestyle, which ain't much.
That's what my husband says. But he needs to sell the house and make other payments. We're trying to, this is his family home, and so it's nostalgic to us. The mortgage is $1,756 to answer your question.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And so he
has $2,000 coming in, $1,756 going to mortgage. He doesn't have the money to eat, then, does he?
No. And so we're putting in $1,000 to cover his bills. And
well, that nostalgia is going to get replaced with this core memory. And so I'd rather sell the house and have him retire with dignity than have your nostalgia tied up in this, keeping him in this awful situation.
You're paying the $1,000?
Yes, my brother and I.
Oh, your brother and I. There's just 2 of you?
There are 3 of us, but only 2 that are financially stable.
Okay. And you have a written agreement where you recoup that when he passes before we start splitting the house equity up?
No, we thought about putting it in a trust and getting the home into our name so he can't
No,
have a
I'm talking
mortgage
about
or
your other
things like that.
sibling shouldn't get a third until you
Right.
get your $1,000 a month back.
We haven't yet.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I know you're right.
yeah. I am
But
right. And this is going to
you're
come up
right.
later, and it's going to get real testy later when the one that doesn't have any money thinks that she hit the lotto or he hit the lotto when the house is up for sale and Papa's died. Oh, so please get this dialed in. The right
Okay.
thing to do financially is sell the house and help him make a transition into another place that he pays cash for, and you pay off these debts, and we put him on a budget. That's the right thing to do mathematically. What I'm describing with an 82-year-old is very, very difficult
Yes.
emotionally. Family house, nostalgia, all the things we're talking about here. So what probably will happen is you all will limp along feeding this at $1,000 a month, and you'll chip in and get $10,000 together to knock out the $26,000 in bad old credit card debt. His credit will be destroyed. When he passes, you'll sell the house, recoup the $10,000 plus the $1,000 a month that you put in before you split with your sibling who's not putting anything in, and that's all in writing now. If you're willing to feed it to that tune just to keep him in the house, the only reason you're doing that, by the way, there's only one reason you're doing that. That's to keep him in the house.
Yes.
So the
You're right.
strain that you're putting on your brother's finances and your finances to do all of that is only to keep your dad in this house, which if you've got $2 million, it's no big deal. If you got $20,000 and you're throwing 1,000 of it, that's a lot.
We have $1 million in 401k,
Yeah.
so we plan, but our daily, my budget is dialed in.
Yeah.
We have 50. We follow your plan, so we have 15 going into. But we just
Make sure
you're right.
you've got to go do your paperwork now. And if Dad will not give you to sign over full power of attorney and all decision-making rights to you and your brother, and your sister will not understand, or your brother, whatever the third one is, agree to you recoup before you split in writing, then any of those end this discussion and we sell the house.
I understand. Okay, make it crystal clear.
Yeah,
Yes.
everyone needs to have every T crossed, every I dotted, and everyone is on the same page in discussing this, because your dad's of his right mind. He's just susceptible to scams.
Yes.
He's
true.
not like in third stage dementia or something, right?
Not yet. No.
Okay. All right. So,
No.
yeah, and he's 82, so statistically, you're going to do this for 2 years or so. I don't know what his health is like, but he could do it for 10. George is right. Could do it for 20. George is right. Those are possibilities, but statistically, we're not doing this for a long, long time. And the other thing I would be real clear on is this is what we're going to do for now. We reserve the right to decide to sell the house later. Like you may reach the end of your rope on this. Your husband might. Your brother might.
Well, and that from a husband's standpoint, if it were your wife and your in-laws, and you see financially this is a poor decision, that would really be.
I don't think it's a
you.
poor decision because you're going to get your money back out of the equity, and basically you're putting a strain on your cash flow, but you're not. It's not costing you anything at the end of the story, and the strain on the cash flow is in return for your dad getting to live out his last days in his family home. That's the trade you're making, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad trade as long as everybody's on board. And everybody's signing up for this. But Dad, you do one more stupid scam, we're done. Sister, brother, you don't agree to a recoup, we're done. You're not going to live on a budget, and we're going to pay your house payment, and I'm going to manage your money. You're going to sign over a power of attorney. We're done. We're done. There are stipulations to playing this through and putting the strain on our family.